In a world crying out for Thunderdome. The fans have spoken. 2 films enter, 1 film leaves. The top 10 gives you a reckoning by the name of Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Brought to you by the Schmoes Know Network. Take it away, boys.
Hey, the top 10 fans. Before we get on with Thunderdome, I just want to give you guys a little bit of information that happens in the episode. Somewhere in the episode, we talk about the live events that we're trying to set up in Chicago, LA, New York, and London. And the email is incorrectly given. So Matt and I wanted to clarify that to let you guys know. If you're not on Facebook and you still want us to count you as people who are interested in attending a live show, you can do that at the top10live@gmail.com. That's the top10live@gmail.com with the number 10, not the word 10. So the top10live@gmail.com. In the subject line, just put the city that you think you can attend the live event in, and then in the body of the email, tell us how many people you could be bringing. It might just be you, might be 2, 3, maybe your whole family. Who knows? But either way, just go about that process if you're not on Facebook. That way we can put you in the count. That helps us figure out what kind of venue to get and what reception to expect. Okay, thanks so much. All right, again, the top10live@gmail.com. Now on with Thunderdome.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's Thunderdome. Matt, this one is, I think we can say this at the beginning, kind of in honor of our fallen friend, John Schnepp, who passed away while we were at Comic-Con. At least while I was at Comic-Con, you were relaxing in your house with your wife and enjoying the NBA preseason.
That's all I do all day long, baby. 24 hours a day. We make a healthy living doing it.
Just talking, just thinking of a new pizza pie. That's what
Was he a big fan of this movie? Or is it just given the Ben Stiller choices, this is most resembles what he was into?
Yeah, I think that's about right because
that's
of the
what I
superhero
assumed.
Stuff. Yeah,
but then part of me was like, I wonder if he was a big fan. That's something I don't know.
Yeah.
This would be an odd choice for a favorite movie.
To be honest with you, John used to mention so many movies while we were doing the Heroes show that I never knew. Like, I couldn't keep them all in track. There were ones he kept coming back to, like Blade Runner 2049, The Thing. He's a big fan of. They Live, the John Carpenter's They Live.
He's got good taste.
Yeah, he does. Jodorowsky's Dune, that documentary about him trying to make Dune.
Okay.
And so there were some movies that came up and over, but I don't remember him mentioning Mystery Men that many times. I think I recall him mentioning it, but I don't know if it's one of his favorites. But with the fact that it was Ben Stiller movies.
Your recall on what other movies other people have talked about is suspect at best, as far as I'm concerned.
That's not true. It's only suspect to you because you don't recall yourself.
No, because you'll say, like, oh, you've brought that up a lot of times.
That's what I'm saying.
And I put it out to the fans. Has anybody heard me talk about this movie before?
That you can't ask the fans.
Why? They have a better understanding and recollection of the show than we do.
Dick. The fans love you more than me, so they're going to support you.
I'm pretty sure you have a larger social media following.
That's irrelevant to what.
How is that irrelevant?
Because our fan base supports you more. I may have more support overall. But you have more support within our fan base.
Look at this. You've already had this discussion in your head before.
Many times.
It doesn't make any
Kristen
sense.
Smith loves you. Alexakos loves you.
She won the poll thanks to Alexakos.
She did.
She bring up the two people. Chris. So our three winners were Fuzzy Large, Chris Alexakos, and Andrew Hayes.
Fuzzy Large. I like that.
Fuzzy chose Thunder, Ben Stiller. And then... then Chris gave his vote over to Kristen, and she chose Mystery Men.
Yeah.
And then finally, Andrew Hayes had the Royal Tenenbaums. Mystery Men won in a landslide.
Yeah, but I think Kristen kind of...
she did. It was in honor of Schnepp.
Yeah, so she jiggered the vote a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that the right word, jiggered? Jiggered?
I would say jiggered.
Yeah, so she jiggered the vote a little bit to sway towards Schnepp. Yeah. So I don't give her a full credit for this victory. Because she used a man's passing for her own. The more I
really, you're going that. Maybe that's why she doesn't like you. You just found ulterior motives to a beautiful gesture.
Look, you're the one that said she's dead to us. You banished her baby.
That is a different. No, I said her baby is aces in my book.
Okay. So
baby comes in first, then the dog,
Yeah.
then her husband, and then hobos, and then Kristen.
I don't remember threatening to bust her kneecaps. I don't know where that came from.
I just know what I said.
Okay. I see. I see.
I never made claims as to knowing everything you said like you do. I don't make those grandiose claims.
It's not grandiose to make an observation.
But when you're wrong.
I wasn't wrong. You brought up your love of shoes many times on the show.
On the show,
sneakers.
no.
Yes.
Off the show, before you started, the first time you said it, you've talked about this a million times. On the show, we had never talked about it once. Off the show, we had talked about it numerous times.
Well, here's me pulling a hair out of my head and watching you slice it in half. You are
that's not
splitting
even
hairs.
That's assuming they've had the conversations that we've had.
That's way too much thought process.
I just said it. That's perfectly calculating the equation that's put before you. Like, how does A end up at B? Well, here's the algebra for you,
right,
friend. The calculus, rather.
Yeah. The thing is, you keep messing with the facts.
Not calculus, baby.
We've talked about it before.
It always stays the same through every generation.
But that still proves my point, because you're right that we've talked about it off air many times. So I do remember us talking about it.
We have had
so
discussion.
My recall is fine.
Yeah, but there are other ones.
The parameters of the recall, perhaps.
PCU, you're like, you've talked about that so many times.
You've talked about PCU.
Before it came up, I think with
like 10 times you've talked
with
about
the Patriots. I don't think I've maybe in a passing joke, but I don't think that has ever entered a list of mine ever.
Well, when the fans are done listening to the past episode, every single one of the past episodes, and PCU comes up 4 or 5 times, then I'll be vindicated.
Please, if that fan exists, you are a sole voice. Because nobody else will find that empirical evidence that you're looking for.
Someone make a compilation audio of Matt bringing up
that
PCU.
person. Go ahead. If you make the audio, if it's just going on someone's like, I heard it, then that person also believes in a hollow moon. Okay? If they have no empirical evidence and they're just backing you up blindly, I heard it. Hold on. What evidence you got?
Have I told you about the girl I dated who believed in a hollow moon?
It's a great road mark.
The moon is a spaceship.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days. I'm seeing someone now. She's really sweet. She's a culinarian. She's a chef over at UCLA.
Is that the title of it? Culinarian?
Yeah, that's what she has on her Bumble profile, culinarian.
I don't know.
So it's really interesting. Like she cooks stuff and she's in charge of the menu and she takes photographs of the food.
Now, everyone assumes she cooks for you. Maybe she does it early on, but she doesn't want to bring work home with her.
No. But she did surprise me on one of our dates by cooking my favorite dessert for me without telling me.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Unless you don't want to
strawberry cheesecake.
Strawberry cheesecake is your favorite?
Well, pecan pie is close, but the strawberry cheesecake is real.
I love me some pecan pie.
Right?
I love me some pecan pie.
Oh
it's in the discussion of my favorite pies.
Oh, yeah. It's beyond the discussion. Like, it's in the top 3. And it depends on the day.
Like, if it's there every Thanksgiving or Christmas, but Thanksgiving is like that and pumpkin pie, I still hit up pecan first. I will get some pumpkin pie eventually.
Oh, sure. You'll work around to it.
Yeah. Pecan is where I'm starting.
Just in case it runs out before you get to it.
Well, also in case I want seconds when everybody else is like, do I want a piece of pecan pie? And it's been sitting there for a while and be like, guys, I'm going for a second. You've all had numerous chances to say no. Or to say yes, rather.
I've had years where I have not had a second plate of turkey so that I could have a second piece of pecan pie.
I always manage to find a place for a second piece of pecan pie.
Well, you're not as fat as I am, man, so I have to watch that.
Former fat guy.
Former is the key term there.
Well, I stopped all my really terrible habits.
I'm not bad, right? I'm not John Goodman, but
no.
I put on a few pounds. I get sensitive about it.
In no way do I think of you as fat.
Thank you.
It's an athletic build.
That's true. I have an athletic build.
Yeah, and we're middle-aged men, and that athletic build changes a little bit over time. The definition of it grows with the individual. You're still an athletic build, especially compared to other men your age who just looked terrible.
Right.
There's one guy we know between the two of us that is younger than us by a decade.
Yes.
Looks older than both of us by 20 years.
He does.
20 years.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, it's called moisturizer.
And he can't play basketball.
Water.
Yeah. And he can't play basketball and he's losing hair.
Do something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not naming names here.
I'm not naming names. He supposedly breaks scoops. I'm not going to name any names.
Well,
I'm not going to name any names.
I think you have named names. But anyway, so Mystery Men.
Yes, Mystery Men won.
Was the winner of this. It was between this and Royal Tenenbaums.
I love Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, it's an excellent choice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this movie since it came out.
Really?
Or maybe it was like on a cable run later on I saw it. But I haven't gone back to view it, and I watched it for this.
I have a stupid love of this film. I can't explain it.
You shut your mouth.
I'm telling you. I've seen this numerous times.
This is.
I'm telling you, it's true.
A couple of days ago when we had a discussion about it, the look on your face was pain, just like mine.
I'm not going to blow my wad before we get on the mic. Yeah, I mean, I saw this thing many times. Because there's some funny scenes. Like the whole beginning, right, is like they're a superhero team, or what's his face, Mr. Furious, Ben Stiller's character, Mr. Angry, whatever his name is. He wants to.
Yeah, it's that Blue Raja.
And the Blue Raja, which
shoveler.
is Hank Azaria, which is hilarious. Yeah, it's a weird combination of actors. Hank Azaria, William H. Macy, Ben Stiller.
Garofalo, Greg Kinnear, Geoffrey Rush.
Oh, Kinnear, right.
Eddie Izzard. Yeah. Nice little cameo by Goody Mob.
Yes.
And I want to say Michael Bay. I think he was one of the frat guys.
What?
Look it up right now. You got a laptop in front of you. I believe so. Because they just show the frat guys. They only have one line, and then they're just kind of doing stupid stuff in the background. And they believe he was leader of the frat guys, and it was Michael Bay.
I remember the Tom Waits showing. It was the first time I remember Tom Waits showing up this side of Dracula.
You know what's said? Tom Waits was probably my favorite part of this movie.
Oh, stop it.
I am not being like, and I love a lot of these actors.
Yeah.
A lot. And I think Tom Waits floats in and out, and he's really good in all his scenes. And
Claire Forlani is great. She's cute.
Across the board, I think, I don't know, it misfires. I was hoping that after all these years, now we've seen so many more superhero films, that the fact that they're making fun of it kind of would work better. The punchlines would be stronger at this point. But
you are completely right. Michael Bay. He is a frat boy.
I just literally watching it going, well, is that Michael Bay?
Well, I'll be goddamn. That's Michael Bay.
Good for you. And then it just started thinking, well, who's working with Michael Bay? Was he a producer for Godzilla, and that's how Hank Azaria got the part?
Could
was
be.
He? I was trying to think.
Could be.
I can't think of a Stiller or a Garofalo, Geoffrey Rush, maybe a Greg Kinnear, but I don't think so.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting characters who play small parts. Or
Eddie
actors.
Izzard.
Dana Gould's in this as the
Dana Gould has
squeegee man.
a tiny part. You just see his face for like a half a second. It's in the beginning in the tryouts.
Yeah. Doug Jones is Pencilhead, the guy who's in Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Dane Cook is the Waffler.
Yeah, he is the Waffler.
I remember that. Yeah, how interesting. All these different interesting people all through this movie. I see, and that's the thing. Mark Mothersbaugh is the band leader. How you like that? But I dig it because it's like, there's some funny sequences because you get the stories like the kid, the black kid who wants to be like invisible, and is he going to be able to be invisible? Yeah, that guy.
Keenan and Kel. So what? Keenan went on to SNL, and Kel is long been. I haven't seen him in a while. Although that was at a generation. I didn't know what a burger was or whatever it was called.
Right. Until
they were talking about making a movie and started making a movie.
Right.
It's like, oh, Nick Show, like, is big with kids? What is it? I have no idea. This isn't made for me. Like, there's no reason anybody in my age group would be watching this.
True. Invisible Boy. That's what he was called.
Yeah. And then there was
Paul Reubens
with the flatulence.
He was the spleen.
The spleen, yeah.
Furious. That's Ben Stiller is. Mr.
He's
Furious.
not bad as spleen.
No, he's not bad. Wes Studi is the Sphinx. Wes Studi from fucking Last of the Mohicans and Heat. He's playing a weird little role.
They keep driving the same joke home
of course
with him eventually, where it's only one punchline. They don't use them all the time, but it's like the note didn't work for me the first time, so when you're calling it back the second and possibly third time, it still doesn't work again. Which may, if it worked the first time for somebody else, then it could have even a greater effect if they really enjoyed it. Of course. But
powerful effect. Yeah.
I mean, he was fine. I don't know. Ben Stiller was fine. Jeanine Garofalo was fine.
Right.
I watched it. It's the same as I remember from then. I was like, man,
right.
I didn't really need to see that.
Kinka Usher directed this thing, or Usher. Kinka Usher.
What else has Kinka done? I don't know if that's a man or a woman.
I think it's a man.
Okay.
Didn't do anything else after this. Did two video shorts for Volvo in 2007.
What did he do before?
He had just done. It was his first directorial feature. He's actually in the movie as Mo. He'd been a cinematographer. Oh, he's a TV commercial director. So he's basically done. Here's a personal quote during the production of Mystery Men. According to Hank Azaria, I'm going back to commercials when this is done. I've had enough. I'd much rather do my cool little 1-minute shorts that I make than deal with all this nonsense. So there you go. It's spoken like a guy who did not want to make a good movie.
Think about it. He doesn't have the patience for that, and now he's got a job that he only has to show up for. Every once in a while, he makes 20-something million a year.
Yep, doing that. Directing commercials.
Huge blowback for Apu.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, Hank Azaria, you mean?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't Hank Azaria who said that. It was the director.
Oh, I think you're saying this is
Azaria.
Hank Azaria saying, you know what? I'm going to go back to commercials.
No.
If
He
this
said
is the
it to Hank Azaria.
Okay.
Yeah. But Hank is always doing stuff, man. Like he's got that Longmire show on IFC.
That's good.
Did you like it?
That opening pilot, dude, some of those jokes are so dark.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this is fantastic.
I think that's why I couldn't get into it because it was so fucking dark.
Oh, it's dark, man.
I wanted like a period piece.
The pilot was the strongest for me as far as jokes.
Yeah.
And is it Longmire or Longmire?
Longmire.
Okay. They kept it going,
Right.
but you can tell they really got to the depths of his debauchery in that first one really well.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic.
Brockmire. Sorry, Brockmire.
Longmire.
I didn't know he... Like, I didn't know the show was that dark. Like, I thought...
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I read a blurb about it, and I was like, I'll give that a shot.
I randomly watched an episode of the second season. Sorry. And, like, he's involved with this drug addict girl who's, like, this woman, and they're, like, running around naked. He's, like, fucking doing speedballs and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? I thought he was just calling, like... AAA games. Yeah, AAA baseball games. I didn't know he was like involved in all this other shit.
Well, it's the first season is kind of started from the joke of every comic that has a Harry Carey or their local baseball announcer, that the game is insignificant to whatever, story they're telling. So they're telling the story, and it's like, Mark Grace with a triple. Anyway, so you just go right back to, and eventually it gets to the point of 2-run shot, Cubs win the World Series. So back to my story kind of thing. And in season 1, he's just like, I don't care about this game.
You liked it, so you liked it though.
Yeah, no, it's good.
All right, man.
It's good.
I'll give it a chance.
Started season 1, the pilot.
You got to power through.
Well, you already know. I mean, not knowing that going into the first one kind of helped.
Right, because what's who is it? Amanda Peet? Yeah, Amanda Peet.
Amanda Peet is the owner of the AAA team, trying to save it from.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give it a shot, Matt Nost. I don't know, because I saw the first episode and I wanted to like it, and I didn't laugh once. I was just like, this is pretty fucking dark. I don't know if I want to.
You saw season 1 pilot?
Yeah.
Okay, well that was my favorite one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like it was so.
It gets
dark.
lighter after that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, the jokes don't go as dark.
Okay.
There's still dark jokes, but they're nowhere near as like there were a couple dick punches in that opening pilot, and you're like, oh, that's setting a character up.
Yikes.
It was good. So
he plays the Blue Raja.
Sell me on Mystery Men. What am I missing?
How can I sell you on something
sell
like
me
this?
on it. I don't know. You have a love for it. I just rewatched it again.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's not love for it. Like I would tell someone to oh, it's such a good movie. No, it's more a matter like I just dig it because it's a valiant attempt at a.
Yeah, it's a bad setup.
Well, I'm just telling you. You're asking me to convince you.
I'm
not trying to convince you. I'm just telling you my approach to it.
To choose a positive statement, that's a valiant attempt.
It's a valiant.
That is
attempt.
a participation award compliment.
I don't know about it. A little more than that. But I think it's a legitimate, valiant attempt to create a film that is out of the step with normal superhero films, right? In the 90s, we're doing that. The Crow, Blade, they were kind of not your standard. I'm not saying it's the same ballpark, obviously, but they were trying to kind of expand the genre a little bit. And Mystery Men is a play on this idea of superheroes coming together. And there's a sweet story in that all of them have something to work out. Garofalo with their daddy issues, Stiller trying to feel comfortable.
Good people.
Yeah, of course. Blue Raja still lives with his mom, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's kind of tweaking the superhero thing, which is looks like it's predicated upon,
right?
And they don't really turn it on its head, and they just present this weird little world where the cliques are separated off into on the villain side, these individuals, but they have no special abilities or powers. They're all inept,
right,
for the most part. So how are you super criminals? How are you better than the average idiot?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're going to go that way, because I think you're making fun of Batman and Robin at that point.
Right.
So make jokes about the ludicrous nature of the setup and why do you guys...
They did.
Yeah, but...
I mean, come on. Eddie Izzard stepping out as the disco gang. Come on. You didn't take that seriously, did you?
I don't know. No,
I'm not
I didn't
saying
take
it works.
Seriously.
Look, I'm not saying it works.
I don't think the actors in the scenes took it seriously.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think they were just having fun.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that looked like paycheck job for so many different people that they didn't care. They're like, you're going to pay me to show up and we're all going to make this stupid movie? Fine. Let's make this big stupid movie together.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a paycheck job. I think it's just friends getting together and having fun. And I think that's what radiated off the film for me. It's because there are actually legitimately sweet moments between Hank Azaria and his mom
Yeah, and Bill Macy and his wife, and also Bill Macy and Ben Stiller.
Right, and that's an interracial marriage. Macy and his wife. That's great on a superhero film. Ben Stiller with Claire Forlani trying to kind of win her over and deal with his issues of feeling inadequate because he was, I think he was a former fat kid and he got furious and blah, blah, blah. And so that's how he does it, right? And then the kid trying to really belong. The invisible boy, the irony that people make fun of. People don't see him and don't consider him, and so he thought his special power was being invisible, and then eventually becomes true. It comes true.
Well, yeah, but he also said, I have to be naked and nobody can be paying attention to me. So technically, he could be right. So he didn't lie to him. He just finally let me proof is in the pudding, and everything he said happened.
Yeah.
So he's like the only true superpower.
Spleen is the only one I don't like. The Paul Reubens. It's too gross. I just couldn't. And his voice, spleen, the way he talks and stuff. So it was disgusting.
Yeah, he's still got good comedy. Like when he got shot in the ass. And, Invisible Boy turned to him and was, do you still have your weapon? He's like, let me check. And they do it. And then he instantly passes out. The look on his face and everything like that, like he's committed.
Yeah.
He's trying to deliver this eccentric, over-the-top, ridiculous character. And I buy it from him.
Right.
It's the others that I'm just like, no, I don't. I don't think everybody committed and they were just enjoying the fact that they all got to make a project together.
Yes. I think that's what it is. And look, it's full of very funny people.
Yeah. Tons.
Tons. Yeah. Kinnear is very funny as Captain Amazing. And Geoffrey Rush of all people as what is he, Frankenstein? Casanova. I mean, that's a great name, Casanova Frankenstein. Yeah. Come on.
But if you want to see a better version of this without like the sidekicks with the Captain and Casanova, watch Megamind.
Megamind. Oh yeah, absolutely. Megamind is great, dude.
Yeah, that's a much more streamlined. They're actually making like the idea that they need each other.
Yeah.
And he needs his validation of him stopping him, but it also gives him his importance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I buy Casanova's motivation.
Yeah.
But what's his name? Kinnear was already phoning it in. He's got corporate sponsorships. He's pissed that he found out from a reporter that he lost his Pepsi.
Right.
His like international, I guess those are either Japanese or Chinese, symbols across it say Pepsi.
Right.
But at the same time, like I didn't get to explore that character enough. If you're lampooning, that to me is funny.
Yeah.
Let's go that route. That he's NASCAR.
Right.
He's just been around and kicking ass for so much that of course he get corporate sponsorship because there's always cameras on him and stuff like that. And like that's a funny premise. What do you got there?
Okay.
Let's kill him. Okay? While he's strapped to a chair in the bottom of a mansion, let's put what could be an interesting take.
Yeah.
Well, let's...
And remember, this is the time when Kinnear was kind of blowing up.
Oh, yeah.
Right after As Good as It Gets.
Dude, I mean, he left E.
Yeah.
He was on the original Talk Soup.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
He's made some gutsy choices in his life, man.
Yeah, good for him, man. He's a good actor.
He is. That's the thing. I haven't seen him in shit like over the last few years. It's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
why he lost the momentum. I don't know. People love him. People, you bring up Greg Kinnear to anybody, and people have great memories of him. So I don't know how he's not getting cast in these other projects, like more bigger, higher profile projects. It's kind of perplexing, to be honest with you.
Maybe he chose not to.
Maybe
he could be one of those guys. It's just like, you know what? I don't. This wasn't everything I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, look, like
Jim Carrey.
He had one. Jimmy. That's
Jimmy, what? You guys go way back? I like that. The shorthand.
Oh yeah, Jimmy and I go way back. Did you ever see his?
I love it. It's like Bobby De Niro.
Bobby D.
Yeah. Well, his friends call him Bobby. Or Jimmy Woods, but it's James Woods.
Jimmy Woods is great.
Yeah.
Did you ever see him commuting in cars getting coffee with Seinfeld? Carrie and Seinfeld?
No.
Okay. It's a great episode.
Okay.
But he wears a shirt that I am desperate to buy. It's Don Knotts as Nosferatu, and it's Nosferatu, and they just basically put his face with no hair on it on the Nosferatu body, and it says Nosferatu, and it's showing the face with his eyes wide open, so he's just like he's a big surprise.
Oh, of course, that's Don Knotts' basically default face was that.
Yeah.
That's how he sent all his kids to private school and had his numerous houses around L.A.
I can't tell you what happened in that episode, other than they went to a restaurant that's I think I've been to before in Marina Del Rey, but the shirt, I was just obsessed with the shirt so much so
that
that
a Google search for it.
I forgot to do it. Maybe
I've done that before.
Maybe one of the fans will buy it for me in a large.
Now just soliciting gifts. just prostituting yourselves. What are you going to do for that T-shirt, my friend?
I will say your name on the air.
Oh, then how do I get a piece of this? I get one of the sleeves.
You get one of the. What do you mean?
I get one of the sleeves.
What sleeves? What are you talking
Listen, if you're doing a shout out,
What sleeves? But what are you talking about?
one sleeve off the shirt.
You get one of the sleeve off the shirt?
I get a piece. If you get a
Son
shirt
of a
on this,
bitch.
and you get a specific shout out.
But I'm asking for it specifically.
Yeah, but of course, but you're using what is ours for your own personal gain. It is only for your gain solely.
I'm only using one half of what is ours for a personal gain. You're free to use
and
the
I'm
other
only
half.
asking for 1/8 of the overall fabric of that shirt. So
fair enough.
I've done the math in my head.
Clearly you
and
have.
reduced downward. And that's why I chose a sleeve.
That's the thing. I can never catch you on your heels, man. You're always thinking ahead.
I would have been a
you
really
just know.
terrible lawyer. I'll tell you that right
I
now.
don't think that's true at all. I think you'd have been a great lawyer. So yeah, because he did the Rake TV series, Rake, and then he did an episode of Drunk History, then a film called Little Men, and then like BoJack Horseman, something called Brigsby Bear, The Philosophy of Phil.
Okay. Well, BoJack, I've watched a couple of the seasons.
Yeah, he only did one episode though.
Which season?
2016, whatever that is.
I don't know.
Then he did one episode of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt as Greg Kinnear, then one episode of House of Cards, and then he has 4 films in the work that don't look familiar to me at all. So it's just weird. What the fuck happened? I want to know what the fuck happened. I want to know I want to save Greg. I want to put Greg Kinnear back in mainstream movies. This is bullshit that he's not working. And the motherfucker was nominated for an Oscar off As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, it was.
So it's bullshit.
His speech in the car is pretty impressive.
I'm going to write him a comeback movie. I'm going to be his Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
I just don't know what kind of movie I would write.
Well, something. Well, at least you've narrowed it down to a Greg Kinnear. What would Greg Kinnear be good at?
Oh my God, he could play you in the story of our podcast.
That's gorgeous. Then who do I cast for you?
I don't know. John
Who's
Goodman?
the guy they always
John
say?
Goodman.
John
George
Goodman?
Lopez. George Lopez.
George Lopez. You don't go bug-eyed enough. Not near enough.
People call me George Lopez online all the fucking time.
Well, because that's just shorthand for Latino.
Yeah, racism. That's what
Yeah,
it's fucking
it
shorthand
is.
for.
But it's just like a
I'm better looking than him.
It's that. It's Gabriel Iglesias. It's it's gonna
Fuck
be
off, man. No one's calling me Buffy.
No, but I'm just saying
Or Fluffy, whatever his fucking name
for
is.
name recognition Latino Americans.
Yeah, why can't it be hot guys like Benjamin Bratt or motherfucking Antonio Banderas? Why don't I get that? Why do I get George Lopez for fuck's sake?
I mean, I think we both know why. It's
You don't
nothing
wanna say-
against
I
you.
see. You were complimenting before, and now you're going to put me
Please, I get Chris Hardwick. That's fun.
down. Well,
That's
yeah,
fun.
I don't want to touch that.
I get
You
numerous
get Sam
others.
Rockwell, though.
I get Sam Rockwell.
That's a good actor.
Precisely. Notice what you chose right there. That's a good actor. We're talking about handsome right now. This is a discussion of handsome, not
Fair.
fucking talent. I've got Michael J. Fox.
You've got Michael J. Fox.
I know. I don't.
I don't see that at
Here's
all.
my favorite, and I've gotten it twice. No bullshit. Sam Worthington, and both times I've been like, "You're very kind," but that is so inaccurate. It's not even funny.
Not even close.
It's not.
Oh, that's not even
others.
close.
It's just like pick average looking white guy, and you can kind of if you mix me with LaQuasto,
Oh, yeah, LaQuasto. I could see that. You guys could play brothers.
we make your head coach. That's what we are. Although I've got a picture of me and Scotty Brooks side by side. I've showed you.
Oh,
that, haven't
shit,
I?
yeah.
Where I
and
put on my
Scotty's
buddy
intense.
Tripoli's glasses, and we do look. That's the first time I'm like, all right, you're right.
Yeah.
He's got a bigger nose. He's got LaQuasto's nose. If you took LaQuasto's nose and basically his eye structure and put it on my face, boom, you got Scotty Brooks. Like 100%. Right there.
I don't disagree. You do look Scotty
Yeah,
Brooks.
LaQuasto's, I think, a little bit closer.
You know what would be cool is one day, if I would love to pull a prank in DC and have you like just walk into the locker room and no one like can tell that it's you and not Scotty Brooks.
Oh.
Into the Wizards locker room.
I thought you were saying by DC, isn't LaQuasto affiliated with a DC show or some kind?
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying like walk in there and be like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to fail that.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you could walk into the Wizards locker room with your little wire glasses like Scotty Brooks,
I do look like him.
I would pay money to see if anybody would catch it. Or who would catch it first?
The thing is, I think that picture was on my old phone. I know I've shown it to you before.
Yeah, I've seen it. Anyway, all right. So, Mystery Man 1. We're at 30 minutes on this thing. I like the movie. I know not everybody likes the movie, but if it's on, I'll leave it on for like half an hour or something. I like Garofalo, and Garofalo too does a nice job. Like she randomly does nice work in movies, and in this, like the thing with her dad and what she's working through.
Yeah, I like those
You can tell
scenes.
she's got the chops. She's got the beats to hit those dramatic scenes when she wants to. I think. Oh, you think?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not,
You
I'm
just
not
didn't
besmirching her talent.
Fine. You should see
it doesn't sell me on this movie. I don't.
All right. I'm doing the best I can.
I think Tom Waits and Paul Reubens could be my two favorite things about this movie.
All right.
Having rewatched it all this time now.
When do you think he became the gravelly voice singer? Like, have you ever heard his first album? He has no gravel in the first album. None.
I would just imagine a hard life.
Yeah?
I don't know. Maybe he blew out his vocal cords, and from thereafter it's gravelly.
Yeah, okay. Just listen to Tom Waits. Listen to Martha. Tom Waits' version of Martha is fantastic. And there's not no, Martha, there's none of that shit. It's only later when he's like, come down off the cross.
Yeah, he sing talks now.
Yeah. I wish I could get away. I wish I could get away with that. I'd be a millionaire if I could get away with that. I can sing talk as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you learn the rhythm of it, I think you could. Well, let's not put everybody could do it, because there is a talent to it, because obviously this guy managed to sell records doing something that seems like anybody could do it. And that's a sign of true skill, is when everybody goes, I could do that.
And they can't.
Yeah, they can't.
Right. He's got great skill. And lyrics. His lyrics are incredible for his song. So.
But it's everything.
Like Dylan.
Who he is.
Yeah, the presence, right.
And the story that he's conveying through his, the way he's dressed himself to how he presents himself to the world.
Yeah.
He's created something.
Yeah, because like when I was interviewing Pedro Pascal a couple weeks ago, I know women find him incredibly hot. And I go, dude, this is just a regular dude. But he's got that energy. Oh,
I'm sure I know him. But
have you ever seen Narcos? The TV?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That guy.
Yeah. He does.
He's got that energy. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Women love it because, like, facially, he's not that attractive. Like Benjamin Bratt or Banderas is better looking than this guy facially.
Yeah. Aesthetically, by symmetry of face and how we all culturally say this is beautiful.
Yeah.
They're much closer hitting the mark than he is.
Right.
He's unconventionally handsome.
He is. He's just one of those who's like walks into the room.
Like Javier Bardem.
Yeah, Bardem, yeah.
Yeah. That dude, in the right context, is Anton Chigurh at all times.
Yes.
But for some reason, he can escape that and go to other places. But like, you also have this really everyman kind of quality to you.
Like Pascal's like that guy who like walks into the college dorm room with the fucking dog-eared paperback of like Thoreau or Nietzsche in his back pocket and just sits there with his legs like up under his arms, like talking.
Like somebody's thought about
talking to your girl, like just like, oh yeah, just really listening intently. And the whole time you're staring at her, going, "You motherfucker, I know what you're doing. I know the game you're playing."
Yeah,
you
but
son
also,
of a bitch.
dude, I've seen.
I know the game you're playing, you son of a bitch.
I've known two dudes, one from. Actually, both from Brazil.
Yeah.
Moved here to the States. Oh. And because of their accents, speaking English.
Good night.
And they were handsome men.
Yeah,
good night. But the combo of the two, it was
game
unstoppable.
over.
You're watching, you're like, we're not even playing the same game, so good for you. I mean, you're already handsome, but you're doing this swart. And they're not doing.
No, it's their energy.
Who they are.
It's naturally who they are.
That's
yeah.
We're not playing the same game, man. Good for you.
I had a friend who's like that. He went to Burning Man for like 3 years with our crew of friends, right? And the guys began to hate him because women would walk up to him and just propose, like randomly propose sex. Not even like, hey, what's your name? Let's go walk, blah, 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 get to know you. Just go like, hey, do you want to, my friend and I, like, they'd offer threesomes. I remember one year they were all standing by a campfire, my friends, all my male friends and him. And some of the girls came as well, but they were off like doing other things. And these girls came up and kept asking this guy, like, could they do a dick sucking contest with him? And the guys were like, and he would refuse because he had a girlfriend at the time. And so, but they all told me this. When the girls would walk in, they'd be like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. I love that shit.
That's the best part is they refuse because they know further down the line they'll probably get another offer like this.
Yeah, probably. Shit.
Probably.
Yeah, down the line.
Yeah, so if I'm not in a relationship in whatever, 6 months, what if this one works out? Great. Good for you. You could. I know. And you see it and you're like, yeah, that dude just.
Yeah.
It's different. I don't know what he does, man.
Yeah. I got to work for everything I get. All right. So there we go. Mystery Men. Thanks to everyone who submitted on the or contributed to Patreon and is part of the Thunderdome. Matt does it every couple of weeks. We select. I don't know how long Thunderdome's going to go on. We've been talking about it, Matt. I don't know if you.
Yeah, we've been thinking of replacements.
Yeah,
trying to come up with something to freshen up because
exactly. This is from the old old show, and
you brought that up, and I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah, we've done it so many times. We kind of want to do something new, something different, something even more interactive with the fans, and still keep the spirit of Thunderdome, but not quite the way it is now.
Make it a more interactive experience, and we think actually that it'll be ultimately more fulfilling. Mm-hmm. You'll get more out of it as an audience because there'll be more engagement. You'll be part of. We're thinking right now 2 different sets of the process.
Yeah.
So it should be more entertaining. We'll give it a whirl. We're going to keep trying to freshen up to give the Patreon people at this level and above new ideas, fresh content, to keep you engaged.
And send us, if you want, you can send us ideas or post them on the Facebook page.
Sure.
Right? They could go to the Facebook page and start just a thread. Just start the thread. Like, what could suggestions to replace Thunderdome that keeps the spirit of Thunderdome?
We have 2 to 3, but think outside the box.
Yeah.
Think of if you ever thought of a 2-man show being interesting.
Right.
What if the 2 of you just did this?
Right.
We'll take all pitches.
Absolutely.
We're obviously going to reject potentially 100% if we end up liking our idea the best, but maybe one of you gets through.
Yeah.
And it's not. This isn't a condemnation of your pitch.
No.
It's just like, that could work, but we still think this might be better.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah, I could easily see us being wrong given the size of our fan base.
Of course.
Yeah, do it at facebook.com/groups/ the top 10 show with the number 10, or us on Twitter at Matt Nost, MATTKNOST.
And me at the Rocha says ROCHA. Thanks to everybody who donated to Patreon. If you want to be part of the Thunderdome, part of all these other things that we got going on Patreon, you can go to www.patreon.com/ www.patreon.com/the top 10, number 10. Instead of the 10 spelled out, just do the number 10, and then you'll see all the different tiers that are there that you can donate to. And that'd be great. We've got some stuff coming up. Matt, I think we can say that we are in negotiations, preliminary negotiations, to do a live show in Los Angeles. Yes?
Hopefully by the time they hear this, you can do the drop-in of what it is.
Yeah. Hopefully by the time he hears. If you don't,
If you don't, then tune in Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we hopefully have it by then.
Yeah, we'll have a date hopefully by then.
Yeah, we just got to insert the audio. We're, it's a back-and-forth process.
Yes.
It's not like we can just tell people we're coming on this date.
Right.
Even when they approached us saying, hey, would you like to come?
Yeah. And we're looking at the end of August or the first week of September. That's what we're
whatever works out best to give people enough heads up because we actually thought we'd be past this waiting.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's taken us a week longer than we expected, we might have to push back to maybe the beginning of September.
Yeah.
It comes down to their availabilities and what they have open and when we can work in our schedule.
And we were approached. Like, we didn't go looking for it. We were approached about this, and so so we're definitely excited about it. So we'll see. And then, of course, if you're a person who lives in New York or Chicago or London, and you're around or in the surrounding areas, we are exploring coming and doing a show live in your area. Mm-hmm. So go to the Facebook group and see all the links there to join the Facebook groups that correspond to that city so that you can say and commit to coming to the show. Like, you want us to come to your city, and you'll be open to buying a ticket once we set it up, because we want to make this happen. These are 4 test cities: Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and London. And we want to see what the reaction is like. Because we don't want to show up for 10 people. We want to show up for a lot of people.
We have groups for all those on our Facebook page. You can find it there. And if you're not on Facebook, because some people ask, you can just email us at top10 with the number 10 live, top10live @gmail. And just put in the subject line, what city, and in the body, it's, you +1, you whatever, so we can get a head count and see what the numbers are and then start reaching out. Although, I'll tell you this, I don't want to say which city, but one city is really going out of their way to make this happen.
I don't know which city you're talking about, but it's a big city.
They're stepping up with, hey, I know somebody that works at this, and those people have reached out to us, and hey, I do this, I'd love to help with that. And it's
free hotel rooms.
Yeah, all these different facets. We're like, holy shit, okay, you guys this might be doable.
Basically, America, you're letting us down.
I know, this is great.
Just saying. The people across the water are stepping up to the plate.
But anybody that wants to come, once again, it's top10live with the number 10 @gmail. Hit us up there.
Yeah.
That's it for Thunderdome.
Yeah. We'll wrap this up.
We will. We're probably at 40-something minutes.
We are. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And like Matt said, follow him at Matt Nost. Follow me at The Rocha Says. And we will see you next time for another episode of Thunderdome. Thunderdome.